It's the first day of August, which means it is the first day of the magical readathon part 2. This is where we're all going to take our NEWTs. I am going straight in from one readathon, the Book Junkie Trials in July, to the NEWTs in August. We're straight back in. But here's the problem. I haven't actually finished the last book I was reading. Let me grab it. I am like 3/4 of the way through Nightingale Point by Luan Goldie, which is absolutely brilliant. It's about a disaster happening in East London in the 1990s and the effects of it. So I don't want to put this one down, so I'm going to have to finish it before I start on any of the books for my NEWTs. Also, I've got another big mission today, which is I need to watch the finale of Jane the Virgin. But it's a double episode, so it's like 2 hours I've got to somehow fit into my day, just because I don't trust the world not to spoil it for me before I have time to watch it properly tomorrow. It doesn't go up on Netflix for another hour, which is annoying because otherwise I could sit and watch it now before going to work. So there's not going to be a ton of reading time today, and even when I am reading, I'm not reading anything for my NEWTs. But just wanted to say, welcome to August. I'm going to be vlogging this whole month, at least that's my plan. I've never really managed to keep these vlogs going before, so I'm a little bit determined that I am going to do it this time. Okay, so nothing has changed since I last checked in. I have not finished that book, and I haven't watched Jane the Virgin because I've been at work all day. But I've now got half an hour before I'm meeting my friends, so I thought I would just sit here by looking out and watch as much as I can of Jane the Virgin until I go and get some Nando's. Oh my god, it's the famous singer-songwriter Ellen Barrow. Okay, I am relatively drunk. I don't think they approve of that at Hogwarts, but I finished Jane the Virgin. It turns out it was only one episode because the other episode was just the cast and crew banging on. And it was disappointing. Jane the Virgin is one of my favourite shows in all of TV, or at least it used to be, and it got boring. Also, I'm nearly finished Nightingale Point, so I'm going to finish this now. It's 2 in the morning. Cool. Good job, Emma. I'm going to finish this, and that means that tomorrow, which will be day 2 of the NEWTs readathon, I can actually start reading something from the NEWTs readathon. Because so far, I forgot what I was going to say with that sentence. Okay, I'm going to sit right here. You can stay. I'm going to sit right here and read my book. Finished it. And you know what? It was good, but not as good as I want it to be. But anyway, that's cool. That means I can go to sleep now, and when I wake up tomorrow, I can actually get cracking with the NEWTs readathon. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night. Good morning, students of Hogwarts. It is Friday, but I've got the day off, thank goodness, because I'm not feeling tip-top after all that wine. But I woke up at like 6 and I can't get back to sleep, so I haven't slept very many hours, but it's like 8:20 now. I've just been lying in bed for 2 hours watching Netflix and wondering why I'm not asleep. So I think I'm gonna get up, go to the gym maybe. That's one way to beat a hangover, and then, you know, make up for it by eating some McDonald's hash browns. I have a nail appointment. What a fun-filled day. But most importantly, I'm gonna actually start the NEWTs readathon. So the first book I'm going to read today, just a little short one, is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I would show it to you, but it's next door and I haven't moved in 2.5 hours. I don't intend on starting right now. Those are my plans, kids. Hungover and going to the gym, like some kind of goddamn national hero. I thought I'd take an audiobook to the gym in the spirit of, you know, this being a readathon, but they didn't have Before the Coffee Gets Cold on Audible, so instead I downloaded a book called If Cats Disappeared from the World, so I'm gonna listen to that at the gym.
So, you're allowed to make one last phone call.
It's a lovely sunny day today. My nails are freshly done and I'm about halfway through the audiobook for If Cats Disappeared from the World. It's a really nice short one and I'm loving it. It's such a fun story, so I think I'll easily smash through that all in one day. What a Friday. The hangover shakes are starting to catch up with me, but it's okay because Diet Coke and a dog walk will sort me out. I find I always get this problem with audiobooks. I was really into it and I think it's really good. But after a few hours, I just find it really hard. Thanks for the grass chewing noises, Super. Yeah, thank you. I just find it really hard to keep concentrating on listening. I'm just like not an auditory learner. So I keep kind of like drifting in and out of listening to it and having to go back and re-listen, which is a shame because I'm actually really enjoying it. I think it's great, but I'm gonna push on through. I need to train myself to pay attention anyway. My 3.5 hours of sleep is really catching up with me now. I might need a nap, but napping always makes me feel so much worse. I'm torn between wanting to nap I'm wanting to just eat a ton of food. I don't need any more food. I just had a really nice big lunch of loads of roasted vegetables, and now I'm like, all I can think about is just getting Taco Bell. Just want some carbs. It's a combination of being hungover and really tired. What do? Sleep, eat, or read?
I remember every year had gone away together.
So I did eat, and I didn't sleep, but I did lie with my eyes shut listening to the audiobook. But it's just made me even tireder. So I'm so exhausted, but I'm leaving the house right now. In fact, I'm 1 minute late to leave the house. I'm going out for dinner, and I'm just so tired. I'm gonna have to seriously perk up. I'm bringing a bag of games to play, so I'm hoping that'll perk me up, and I'm gonna go buy a bottle of wine. That could go one of two ways. It could send me further to sleep, or it could brighten me up. I don't really know, but let's see if I can manage to not actually fall asleep on the bus. I'm really nearly finished, so I don't even have time to talk to you. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I take my makeup off and brush my teeth and everything.
I shut my eyes again for some unknown reason.
Oops, I did actually fall asleep before the book was over, but I woke up, went back, I have now finished the book, and I'm so tired, so I'm now going to bed. Oh, but that got me an A in Herbology. That was my first exam passed. Oh my god, I am such an idiot. So I'm paying for my day off yesterday by the fact I have to work today, this Saturday morning, and I just got up, plenty of time, I'm filming, so I always want to take a bit of extra time getting ready in the morning. Spent ages perfectly curling my hair, covered the whole thing in hairspray, and then instantly realised that wasn't hairspray, that was dry shampoo. So then I had this like grey powder all over my freshly curled hair, which I've just had to try and remove without ruining the hair, and oh, I'm so frazzled. And now I have to leave the house right now. Just filmed video 1 of 2 in this amazing wall of books. Oh my god, like I'm so sweaty. The second set of filming now finished. I'm not quite sure how well it went because it was really busy and quite loud in there, so I might have to refilm the whole thing another time. But for today, I am done. I'm starving. It is basically 1 o'clock. And now it's the weekend again. Okay, reading update, seeing as that's what we're all here for. I don't actually remember what I filmed. I remember filming something at 1 in the morning last night because I fell asleep on top of my bed covers listening to the audiobook, and I woke up at 1 and I was super confused and disoriented, and I went back and re-listened to the ending, and I remember filming something. So, I'm really out of breath because I just filmed a video. It will be up by the time this goes up, so you can go watch it. Oh my god, I'm so sweaty. I didn't put any powder on this morning, and you can tell because I'm shiny. My goodness, Emma, stick to 1 sentence at a time. So, I did finish If Cats Disappeared from the World, and yeah, here it is. I own a copy, even though I listened to the whole thing on audiobook. I'm not sure listening to audiobooks is the best format for me, like, because as I was saying yesterday, I'm not very good at listening for extended periods, and I think maybe audiobooks would work for me if it's a very plot driven story, but this one is a very philosophical story and very just kind of slow paced and like his musings on life, and so I kept tuning out, even though actually I think if I was reading it I would have loved it. I'm just showing you a close-up of the cover because look at his gold glimmery eyes. I am now about 1/3 of the way through Before the Coffee Gets Cold, another translated from Japanese book with a cat on the cover. That's a little bit of a theme. This one I'm already enjoying so much. This is about a time traveling cafe in Tokyo where there's all these rules. So you can go to this cafe and you can travel back to any time you want, but there's loads of rules about it. Like, you can only meet people who actually have been to the cafe. You can't change anything about the present. You have to get back to the present day before the coffee that they serve you goes cold. It's great. It's like really weird and quirky, but I'm absolutely loving it. I've got a nice stretch of afternoon stretching out ahead of me now, so I think I'm going to edit. But I've filmed like 3 videos that I've yet to edit, so I might edit them all now and probably finish this book because it's again a nice really short one. Look at my little short, ticking off those NEWTs books. I've been talking to a camera for so long today. I filmed 2 videos this morning for work, 1 just now for drinking by my shelf, and now I'm chatting to you bloody guys, so maybe it's time I just shut up for a second. I am forever so unrealistic. Like I was gonna finish this book when I have not touched it for the rest of the afternoon. Good morning. I am so sleepy. I've not been sleeping well this weekend so far. But I'm gonna read in bed. I read for a while last night. I'm really loving Before the Coffee Gets Cold. The bit I read last night before going to sleep was really emotional. Oh my god, you're so cute. Look at those eyes. Don't lick his face. It's so gross. Ugh. You are a monster. I'm done with you. Go get me a hash brown. So, oh, that's upside down. I'm going to read some more of this in bed now. And also, 50 house points for anyone who gets the reference of my pajama top. It is not a Harry Potter reference, obviously. Oh, this book was wonderful. I'm so emotional right now. It was just lovely. So that got me my E in Care of Magical Creatures. So another newt to take off the list. Oh, just so overwhelmed. It was a really emotional book. I really loved it. Time for me to actually get up. I've been lying in this bed for so long now. I'm just so sleepy. I'm gonna get up and go to the gym. Hopefully that'll kickstart my day a little. I've had basically a completely newts-free rest of my day. So I went to the gym, didn't listen to an audiobook this time. I've just been hanging out with Argy, watching some Taskmaster, walking Hippo. We're doing this big project trying to organise my photo albums, and that is taking absolutely hours. So that's basically been my whole day. But I'm now going to start making some dinner. I've got, what have I got? We're making butternut squash, lentil and coconut dal. That made me hungry just saying it out loud. And I'm going to, having just spent all of yesterday complaining about how I don't listen to audiobooks, I'm going to listen to an audiobook. I realised today that my next book club is in 2 weeks, and I haven't read the book for that one because we changed our plan. So the pick for that one is Invisible Women by Criado Perez. It's non-fiction. It's all about sexism in the world, basically, and the ways that the world is built for men, like literally. So stuff like safety measures are tested on men rather than on women, so they're less safe for women. So that sounds interesting, and I thought maybe a non-fiction like that might work better as an audiobook for me, because it's a bit more like listening to a podcast, which I also never do because I don't like to listen to things. But I feel like while I'm making dinner, that might be a good use of my time.
What were the females doing while the males were out hunting? Answer: gathering, weaning, caring for children during longer periods of infant dependency, all of which would similarly have required cooperation.
Just tasted that dal and it is absolutely delicious. So I'm going to settle down with a bowl of that now and watch another episode of Taskmaster. I'm really enjoying that audiobook so far. Lots of really, really interesting statistics that back up what I sadly already know about the world. So time for me to wind down and go to bed. I haven't listened to any more of the video. My goodness, you can tell I'm tired just from my melatonin. It's kicking in already. I haven't listened to any more of the audiobook. And I don't think I will listen to any more tonight. I look so tired. Oh my god, look at that face. Who is she? Love that for me. Alright, good night! Oh my goodness, getting up this morning was a struggle, but I have done it. It is 7:25, so I'm just leaving for work now. Got my Invisible Women audiobook in my ear holes. I guess this vlog is going to get a lot shorter now I'm back working full days in the office. Had a pretty busy day at work today. I've been listening to more of the audiobook on the way in and out from work, then just went to see The Current War. I went all that way just for my beloved Tom Holland, and he wasn't even good looking in it because he had stupid sideburns and weird hair, and also the movie I think was filmed a little while ago, so he's already on the, you know, young end of me being allowed to fancy him, and I feel like in this movie he'd crossed over to the too young side. That's all I have to say. I'm now just sitting here and not adding anything else to this conversation. I'm attempting curling my hair before I go to sleep because these new colours I have give me like crazy big curls, so I want to give them a chance to go down overnight. Check out that head of curls. Let's see what that looks like in the morning. It's a new day and I'm heading into work. I've woken up absolutely starving this morning, so I think I'm going to treat myself to a vegan sausage roll on the way. That is the content you signed up for. I wanted to say a quick note, or ask a quick question actually, about Invisible Women, because I'm going to be listening to that again on the way into work. So I was doing a bit of research online about Criado Perez, who is the author, and I found a lot of stuff on Twitter with people accusing her of being transphobic, which is obviously really concerning. But my question is, does anybody know anything about this and can send me some links or some information? Because I kept trying to look for stuff and I couldn't find anything. So it's unclear whether the people accusing her of that are actually, you know, just anti-feminists using something that they know is the feminist community wouldn't like in order to try and drag her down, or if it is a genuine criticism of her and I just haven't been finding the right things. I'm just interested. I'm going to keep reading the book anyway because it's got really interesting data in it, but I have, ever since I started thinking about this, I have noticed that in the book there is definitely another data gap when it comes to trans women. So that's maybe something that she could have addressed better in the book. But I'll keep listening to see if that is something that comes up later. So yeah, I just wanted to say a little note saying I am becoming aware of this conversation around the author, and I want to, you know, take that seriously and take that into consideration when I'm reading this, and I would like to know if anybody knows anything. There was a queue in Greg's, so I couldn't get my sausage roll, so now I'm just going to have to stop. So it might have taken until 11:45 to get my breakfast. That still counts as breakfast at that point. But look, Tesco doing meat-free sausage roll, so I got there in the end. So now I'm walking to my next filming location for today. It's a nice 20-minute walk in the sunshine. Well, the forecast said it was going to rain, hence the raincoat, but gloriously it is not. So time for more of my audiobook. Oh, good. I didn't film the gym today because I was just too sweaty. So I'm heading home now, absolutely exhausted and starving. I'm going to make the biggest bowl of the cheesiest pasta you've ever seen. Hey, sexy wet hair. I'm wearing a Harry Potter dressing gown to get into the NEWTs spirit. But aside from that, I'm having a very un-NEWTs evening because I realised I'm just too sleepy to listen to the audiobook anymore or do any reading. So instead I'm going to watch Big Little Lies while I cook my pasta. Okay, are you ready for this masterpiece? So I have one layer of pasta. Then we add a layer of grated cheddar. Then comes more pasta. Then we top it with mozzarella. But wait, there is even more cheese. I have some grated parmesan for the top. This is the most indulgent pasta I've ever made. Look at that. I am so excited to eat it.
Vehemently opposed. He thinks that God is a douchebag.
It's Wednesday. Wednesday is my favorite day at work because we have Mexican food in the canteen at work. It's not particularly good Mexican food, but it is Mexican food and it's very exciting, and I basically run my whole week around it. It's Mexican Wednesday and I always wake up in a good mood on Wednesday because of it. But once again, as always, I am late for leaving the house. I don't know why I can't get up just a few minutes earlier to be in time. I'm feeling like I'm going to shake things up a little bit with my reading today. I've been missing fiction, so instead of listening to the audiobook, I'm going to swap for a little bit to read Little Bandaged Days. This is a proof copy. I've got them at work all in different colours. I'll see if I can grab a shot of them because they're really pretty. But this is about a mother kind of descending into madness, basically, from being left alone with her children. So it sounds great because I'm also terrified of children. So that's what I'm going to read on my way. Okay, Emma, stop talking. You're already late. Time to go. I didn't intend for this to become a solely gym and cooking vlog, but I'm just coming back from another hour at the gym and I'm going to make another big bowl of pasta. And we have a masterpiece of mushroom linguine. Wow, food photography is hard. This looks horrible, but in real life it looks delicious. Well, that was delicious. So feeling very cozy this evening, and I am now going to snuggle down and read. I reckon I could probably finish this, to be honest. It's only 8 o'clock now, and it's a really fast read, really gripping, like really claustrophobic feeling. It's quite trippy the way it's written, so you feel like you are trapped with this woman in this small flat where she's there all day, every day with her children, and no one else to talk to because she's moved to this new country, so she doesn't have any other friends there, and you just feel yourself like slipping with her into madness. It's really, really good. What a fun ride. So I'm going to see if I can finish this one tonight. I did it! I am actually up and ready 20 minutes before I have to leave the house. This never happens. I obviously did not finish this book last night. This whole vlog is just Emma's eyes are bigger than her stomach, or bigger than her reading capabilities. But I made some good progress, so I'm going to keep reading that one on the way to work today. But for the next 20 minutes, here's where it gets dangerous, because this is how I often make myself late. I've got all this time, so I'm going to do some shopping on the Glossier website. Haven't bought any new Glossier stuff for several months. Let's see if I can manage to do that and still leave the house on time. I really enjoy how American you can tell this website is, because some of the names only work in an American accent. So it took me ages from reading it to be like, why is balm.com a thing? And of course, then I heard it for the first time in American accents, like balm.com. I can't do the accent, but it rhymes if you're American. It's like that joke, hang on, I'm not really in this shot. It's like that joke about knock knock, who's there? How's it work? Who's there? Banana. Banana who? Knock knock, who's there? Banana. And it goes on and repeat until they say orange. And the punchline, my sister and I had this in a joke book when we were kids, and we were always like, I don't get it, it's a really bad joke. Why would the punchline be, orange you glad? I didn't say banana, that doesn't make any sense. And there was an English version of it that was uncle, 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 aunt, and then you say aren't you glad? So I was like, that one's so much better, the orange one was stupid. And it wasn't until RG, who's American, told it to me for the first time, but in his accent it's like orange you glad, so it works. My goodness, a whole new world once you understand the American accent. I'm only going on here to buy boy brow, I'm just getting carried away. Okay, no, that's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting, we've decided. Okay, that is done. I was very restrained, just bought the one thing. Now I am bringing leftovers of that super cheesy pasta I had the other day for lunch. I hope it's as good the second time around, because that was honestly life-changingly good. Oh, hello, bright ghost there. And I'm still on time. I still have 5 minutes spare. Who am I? So I super vainly and superficially swapped my red proof of little bandage shaves for a pink proof. Look how pretty it is. I literally swapped that so that I could finish the last like 20 pages. And I just finished it on the train home. I've just been out having drinks with my friends. And this is really good, this book. Like super intense, super claustrophobic. Like, and also really ambiguous ending where you're left. It's very foreboding. Like, I have my own interpretation of what that ending means, but I feel like other people might interpret it differently. But my one was super creepy and super like doomy. Why can't I think of the right words for that? Just like a very scary, intense and sad and interesting ending. And I got to meet the author today and I got her to sign this for me. That's not where she signed it. Did she sign it? There it is. It's me, she signed it for me. Okay, so I just got home, I'm absolutely starving. I'm gonna have some leftovers, more leftovers of my mushroom pasta this time, and then get ready because I'm going to summer in the city tomorrow. I don't know if you can even hear me over that super loud washing machine in the background. I forgot to say that Little Bandaged Shades gave me an E in ancient runes for being written in the past tense. I can only claim that E if I get the A. So the way around, I get so confused with the different grades, but I've got the E anyway. That is not part of my requirements, it will not help me get my job, but just ticking off some more NEWTs because I'm an overachiever. I'm home alone right now, so this is such a terrible idea, but I've decided to start reading this book that my colleague recommended me, A Window Breaks, which is literally about like a home invasion, and it's apparently a terrifying thriller. So why would I read this when I'm home alone and RG won't be back until like 1 in the morning? I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, that's not very summery weather for summer in the city, but despite the rain, I am ready for summer in the city. I've got my special book break t-shirt on, and I'm pretty much all loaded up, all of the stuff that we're bringing, to head off to the XL Centre, which is going to be a bit of a trek to get there. I'm really looking forward to this weekend actually. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I've been once before, but last time we had a stand, so it was like a very different experience really. This time we're just attending the event and going around chatting to people, going to panels. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. Update on the book. I mentioned last night I was going to read this scary one, Home Alone, and I decided against it because Archie wasn't going to be back, and I love scary stuff, but like if I'm home alone I get really freaked out by the idea of someone breaking into my house. So I've saved it for daylight hours. I'm going to read it on my way to Summer in the City. I basically filmed nothing yesterday because I was at Summer in the City all day. I was vlogging a lot, but for the book break channel instead of this one, so yeah, soz, kind of neglected you. But I did read this on my way in. Really enjoying it so far. Like super tense foreboding setup. We just know something really scary is going to happen. I mean, we know that their house is going to get broken into because that's kind of what it says on the front, but it's like so many suspicious characters. Like, how do they not suspect all of these people of exactly leading them into this trap? Unless I'm totally wrong, but that's kind of the impression I'm getting from the first, how many pages have I read? 76 pages in. I feel like I see where this is going, but it's good fun. So I'm gonna go read this again on the way in. I may again not have very much footage for you for the rest of this weekend because it's just gonna be like so busy while I'm there, but I will do my best. Another day of sit-see down. It's just completely exhausting. We weren't even there for that long. It's not even 5 o'clock and I'm just heading home now, but it's just tiring being on your feet all day, talking to random people all day. I didn't vlog anything for this, but I took some fun footage on the work camera. I'll show you little snippets. Obviously that footage just works, so I can't put it all in here, but I'll show you little snippets to encourage you to go over and watch the book break video.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
I'm not having a good time.
That's all you're getting. Go subscribe to Book Break. Okay, last day of Sitsi and last day of this week's reading vlog. So I don't have to start at Sitsi today until, Summer in the City for those not in the know, until 1. So I've actually got a nice morning ahead of me. So I'm going to snuggle and read some more of that terrifying book. Where's my dog gone? And I finished it. That was really good fun. A lot more action-packed than the type of thrillers that I usually read. I'm more of a psychological thriller kind of person, and this is like right from the beginning of thrown straight in. It's just action, action, action the whole way through. There's really good fun, really page-turning, totally over-the-top plot and reveal of what's actually going on at the end, but in like the best way, where you're kind of just really enjoying it, even though you know it's so ridiculous. So yeah, that was really fun. So that means I got my A in Care of Magical Creatures, which means I've finished everything I need for that subject. So I've done pretty well this week. I've ticked off 4 of my NEWTs, and I'm still working on Invisible Women. I should bring that back because it's now only a week until my book club, so I need to start listening to the rest of that. Overall, a very productive first week of the NEWTs. So I think I'm going to wrap this vlog up for here. I am heading back to Summer in the City pretty soon for the rest of the day, but we all know how good I am at actually filming anything there. So I think I'll wrap this one up for this week. I made it through my first week of vlogging. Do leave me a comment and let me know how you're getting on with your NEWTs. I so far have been really bad at taking part in any of the stuff going on Twitter for the NEWTs. There's like quizzes every day, and I just keep, well, firstly, I'm not enough of a Harry Potter expert to even be able to take part in them, but I should try and get a little bit more involved because there's so many people doing this, so many people talking about it all online, so that's really fun. So you know the drill, like, comment, subscribe, all of the above, and I will see you soon.